something sinister. Ooh.
I'm riding in a tank with a massive forehead. Actually, wait, no, that's the back end. What the fuck?
Hang on, Harley. We're watching something.
Yeah, no problem.
Tread lightly in the wildwood, which shifts and fights. Accept our help. The ancient
Whoa! What the fuck? What are we looking at here, Rogers?
It is a new set of ascendancies that anybody can choose from. It's separate from your normal ascendancy, so this is a new set of ascendancies that you can, once you find these characters in the
Looks like
affliction.
specializations for just the content.
the ancient power of the Asmiri. Beware the spirits that yearn for freedom. And the heart of evil that waits in the dark.
Wildwood Ascendancies. Wildwood Ascendancies.
Yeah. I forgot that I was muted. I forgot that I was muted.
Where are these going?
These are separate, completely separate. So like you have your own ascendancies. Completely separate. So like you have
You
your own
get points from the
ascendancies.
league mechanic.
Yep, correct.
That's just weird. Why they would make it look identical to your mastery or your ascendancy. I got 2 of the drops for a fire truck. Wait, what was that? $100+ Oh my god. Okay. Oh shit. Ultimatum's base game now?
Yeah, so I kind of screwed that up. I was apparently I should have prefaced the video by saying no conversation until afterwards because I couldn't figure out. I had your stream up catching your audio there, but then I also had you in Discord, and I couldn't mute you, but I had to mute myself, and then I started hearing myself through your stream, and I was like, oh, this isn't gonna work. So I was like, okay, let's just finish the video and we'll talk about it afterwards. So yeah, what I was saying is, yeah, they're adding those 3 ascendancies, and they're basically just when you find those characters in the league mechanic. Okay. The 100 transfigured gems. So you know how Heist is, right? Where there's the alternate qualities.
Do all 3 altars come from Heist?
Yeah, they all do.
Okay.
But and then you can also get regrading lenses and craft them yourself.
Right.
But that's going away. So
okay. So alternate gem, alternate quality, helmet, lab enchants, the unique threshold jewels are all the systems that were trying to subtly modify the behavior of skills with this expansion. They've all been combined in a new system. They're getting rid of helm enchants?
Yeah, that was one of the craziest things.
Holy shit.
So that's all happening now. All this gem stuff is now happening in the lab. So
in the lab?
Correct. So there's another video, the one that I posted in Discord that's a little bit longer. It goes into that stuff where he actually shows the UI change. So when you go up to do a helm enchant, it's no longer the enchants. What it is the ability to transfigure your gems or it allows you to add 100 million. I think it was like 100 million experience to a gem. And then there was another option that allowed you to take a gem that I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it was the gem has to be fully leveled, and depending on the color, you can change it into a an enhanced gem, like you're empowered, enlightened, that kind of thing.
Oh shit.
And of course, it's just based on the color. So if it's red, then it's empowered.
Power. Yeah. God damn it, Ninja. Some existing gems have had their stats or interactions removed entirely and added to the transfigured version.
Yep. Yeah, they they did show a few things. They also showed that some of the regular gems, like the normal common ones you buy from the vendor, have also been changed, like their quality. One of the examples was pretty big. Is tornado shot. Regular tornado shot quality, 20% quality adds one projectile.
And then you have to modify it if you don't like that.
Correct.
Are you
and
still
that would
able?
change it.
So modifications are still going to change quality.
50 kills. Goes
Correct.
Okay. That's pretty cool. Just machine gun them. Duh. No longer. They have 20% more life inherently. Quality now increased buff effect. That's weird.
So another thing that they showed was what is it? Frostbomb? I think it's Frostbomb.
Yeah.
Frostbomb is one of those skills where it was never really a primary skill. It was one of those things where it gave a debuff.
Yeah, you had to stop them from healing or just cold exposure or something like that.
Yeah, it would affect them with cold exposure and stuff like that. But there's an alternate quality of it now that it's just basically a skill. You just throw explosive frost bomb, and they remove the debuff, but it's just high damage and an actual skill now.
Damn, that's kind of weird because there's plenty of similar skills.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, that's true.
But I mean, the goal is every single skill in this game could be a primary skill if you're determined enough. Like people made leap slam boss killers.
Yes, they have. I think with the transmogrified, or what is it called?
Tornado shit.
Transfiguration to these gems. I think that's going to open up a lot more options, which the game already has lots of options. So it's great to see that. But another interesting thing, one of the things, and this, you are a minion guy, you like minions. Yeah. So, number one, there are things that you can buy from these new vendors, the ones that give you the new ascendancy trees. There are items you can buy that can create new interactions with some of your skills, and one of them was you can throw down a body, and it's just like a corpse. And the corpse can be consumed for buffs or what have you, but they also made it so that some of these corpses that you can drop turn into highly powerful specters if you want to do a specter build.
Wow.
And one of the ones that they showcased actually was just like the oh damn it, I'm bad with memory when it comes to doing these on the spot like videos, but the 4 shaper bosses, the Hydra boss, the chick.
Oh, the Guardians.
Yeah, the Guardians. The one, the chick that shoots the bow and arrow, and she's on that like sewer platform.
Yeah.
There was a showcase of a corpse, and when he resurrected that corpse, it was her.
Huh. Yeah.
So, Atlas changes are pretty common for every league. It's just, hey, we're removing these maps and adding new maps.
Let's see, the following maps have been removed. beach.
Yeah, looking at those maps, what's surprising to me is Crimson Temple is they've never removed it. They just leave that.
Wyvern says skill issue, Harley.
I like seeing alleyways. That's a good map. Oh, no, that was in the remove section. Damn it.
Wait, what got removed?
Alleyways. It's a decent
Oh.
map.
Yeah.
But
Maybe
that's
graveyard.
that's one of those inconsequential things. It's like, okay, cool. There's
Every
a
league is
yeah.
just it's really clever for them to do that. Instead of leaving all maps in, it just makes it so refreshing. Especially like Crimson Temple, for instance. Like all of this league that a lot of us got on and played together. Like Druid was harping on Crimson Temple, like, oh, we need to hit this, we need to hit this. So people get stuck in that in their own like personal meta. So getting removing that is great.
That's one of the only, I guess, separations from, say, PoE versus like classic, good Diablos. So Diablo 2.
Yeah.
Is that Diablo 2 you farmed bosses in areas for that because they drop certain things. In this game, sure, there's end game bosses to farm stuff, but people farm maps when it comes to like, specifically farming for something. It's just divination cards, which is kind of funny. It's like if you translated that to real life, it would be like a whole bunch of nerds attacking Walmart for magic cards.
Yeah. The div card system is specifically for target farming, which a lot of games don't have.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a great
like
system.
Playing Diablo 4, it made like gaming news when somebody found the grandfather, and it's like, oh, where do you get it? Oh, anywhere. You just play the game and you have a one chance in hell of ever seeing it. That's, like really? Like, yeah, it could drop from a broken barrel while you're questing, or it could drop from like the hardest of fucking rifts or whatever the fuck is in that garbage game. A lot of ARPGs don't have targeted farming.
I think they just announced a free new stash tab because they're losing so many players.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I guess they just announced that they were going to give a free new stash tab in Diablo 4 because
in Diablo.
And it probably hurt them really bad because they have always been expecting to pay stash tabs. They were going to sell that shit.
You heard about Diablo 4 stash tab issue, right? The Blues came out and said the game engine can't handle you having that much inventory or stash.
Yeah, it's because of other players. You're able to see other players' stash tabs, and they're like, "We can't do this." It's like, that's weird. PoE's 20 or 15 years old, and you can go to like the website and see everything they have if you want, and you can also go to a trade site that sees everything.
The roll on their jewel in their tree on a character that's 7 years old.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I don't get it. Was it 2,000 people developed Diablo 4? Yeah, I don't.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I read something about like Call of Duty. There's like 1,200 people on the team that does that. I'm like, what are they doing? Are 1,100 of them HR to make sure the fucking pronouns are correct?
What's funny?
There's no way there's 1,200 people working on that abomination.
I hate to get off. We'll just take a quick detour because I'm known for trailing off anyway. But if you want to get into like fun conspiracy theory shit, look up Modern Warfare 3's conspiracy theory shit right now. They literally just announced that yes, we do SBMM, skill-based matchmaking, but there are videos and clips of like bots in regular multiplayer games just walking into walls, and then they appear and they only do specific things like, oh, this fucking bot will only kill the top player on the other team, or this bot will only go to like the point and just sit on the point. and shit like that. It's funny as hell. It I don't know.
Hey, Rick. Rick, we're in comms if you're bored.
Did you see they also removed Metamorph?
Oh, entirely?
Yep, they're replacing
It's just
Metamorph
gone?
with Ultimatum.
With the core game, itemized metamorph samples will be deleted. The following metamorph uniques have been added to the core drop pool. Okay. The awakened and transformative cards are, the sextant modifiers and then shifting eye has been removed from the foundry. Okay. Huh. I always forgot metamorph.
Yeah, Metamorph is one of those mechanics that's just like it was there, and like if I did a map and it just happened to be on there, sure, I'll complete it, but I never purposely farmed it.
Yeah, I don't think I ever did.
So
It was also one of those things that if you were trying to level, it was just like, oh, I'm dead. Like Essence. It was like a juiced Essence monster sometimes. He's like, oh, my bad. I stood still for a thousandth of a second. And he turned into black goop and I died. Huh. Let me look at the replay. Yep. He turned into black goop and I died.
yep.
It's just like, ugh. But that other what fucking build was I doing? Oh, Poison SRS. Yeah, that didn't give a shit about juiced essence or anything. That was a hoot.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But so yeah, they're gonna what I didn't see it here in the patch notes, but I did hear somewhere else that they're gonna take your Metamorph stash tab and make it an Ultimatum stash tab. So it'll still have the Metamorph currencies, the catalysts and stuff, because that's part of the changeover to Ultimatum. But they're also
Oh,
gonna
okay.
make it so that there's a instead of the where you put all the organs and stuff, it's going to be where you put in your Ultimatum challenge tokens, which were a part of the Ultimatum League.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, and it's right here, and the Metamorph stash tab has been replaced with Ultimatum.
Oh, it is there. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
But you know what's that actually to me is pretty crazy when it comes to the way they change stuff around and implement various mechanics is the fact that Ultimatum, when it came out, it was pretty popular. It's a in-map function. It's very fast. It's fun. People enjoyed it, and there was some really good loot. Like one of the best gloves in the game comes from Ultimatum. So everybody was all on board for seeing it come back. And then last league, they implemented those, or maybe it was a league 2 leagues ago, when they implemented just the shards or the fragments, and you had to collect all 4 fragments, and then you could just fight the Ultimatum boss. And
So
because
why implement that if they were going to bring it back?
yeah, I guess because their last Exile con, they were going around and talking to people, and the vast majority of people they talked to were like, "We want to see Ultimatum come back. We want to play the fucking league mechanic. It was good." And they're like, "Okay, we'll do that, I guess."
The their their sense of humor is fantastic. The Ashes of the Star unique amulet no longer provides 10 to 20% increased reservation efficiency of skills. Existing items can be updated with a divine orb and a momentary lapse in judgment.
Yeah.
Like
That's
we nerfed this item, and if you'd like to nerf your item, here you go.
that's actually a pretty massive nerf.
Yeah.
Like that was one of the benefits of that amulet was, yeah, sure the quality of gems could be capped out, but that was like reservation efficiency. That's like a whole aura or two.
Heat Shiver unique helmet now has gain 30%, blah blah blah. Previously 100%. Existing items can be made worse with a divine orb. That's fucking so good. Existing items can be updated to the new values with a divine orb, but why on Rayclast would you do that? That's funny. That's weird. Fire Truck, did you try to change your name on the website or something? I bet you get a free name change with the crossover, maybe. What's the new alias gonna be? Rolling Ambulance. Parked Fire Truck is pretty long. Like you're over the character count for a lot of games and stuff. Try to find something shorter.
That they nerfed Comp Spirit as well, and they did the same thing. You can make it worse with a Divine Orb.
Yeah.
Those items right there. Now the Ashes of the Stars, I didn't expect them to nerf that because I thought they had already kind of increased the rarity off of the boss since it's a farmable item, but it was hard to get.
Item.
Yeah, it was a chase item. I don't know why they do that shit, but the Heat Shiver, that was used in a lot of builds last league. A lot of builds. There was bow builds. There was my Frostblades build used that because it was huge damage. So that's a massive nerf to that too.
Percent of cold as extra fire. Yeah, that would be cool for my old build that did that staff that scales off of intelligence. I was following a build for that, and it would rock. It used like 2 or 3 different uniques to convert cold to fire, and then it used jewels and stuff that you gain both. But yeah, Heat Shiver and its 100% of cold as extra fire would have been insane for that, because you would only need one item to do all that.
Yeah, yeah, that's crazy. The amount of nerfs.
What happened?
Oh, increase. Okay, I'm trying to read the replica Dragonfang's flight here. That's another interesting one because that was a brand new item last league. So they just reduced numbers on the replica Dragonfang. That's all.
I never used the Dragon Fang. I was looking at Bones of Allure, the unique boots with the Summon Phantasms and Raging Spirits refreshing. The problem is any build with SRS doesn't have minion life. So I was having my SRS and my Summon Phantasms refresh, but they just weren't, they would just die. Duration be damned, they would just die. So I don't know who uses the replica Bones of Uller.
Actually, that might be. You know what? That change might be because of the idea that they're putting a little more emphasis on phantasms or no, they're doing that. No, that's something different. No, I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to make it so that the shit lasts longer and it's not just doesn't.
It'd be fun for leveling, but later on, like I've never seen a build that uses phantasms or spirits that has life invested, like survivability invested. The only thing you do is the fresh meat. You get 4 seconds of invulnerability when they're summoned.
Yeah.
Then after that, they just die. But having them refresh themselves is only one part of the puzzle. I'm like, oh, cool. Now I have to give them resistance and leech and life and stuff.
You're talking. Wait, fresh meat. Is that a gem?
It might not be called fresh meat. It's one of the what's it called? The cluster abilities.
Yeah, it's the.
Who else sucks at darts? I suck at darts. Who the fuck has a Law and Order emote? Fucking Calypso. That's funny. It's called Dun Dun because it's Law and Order. I love it.
Oh, they item balance. Okay, that's kind of interesting too. This is an interesting thing because they haven't mentioned Toda, which was last league, the Trial of the Ancients.
Yeah.
They haven't. I don't see anything that's saying it's coming back or when it's coming back or anything like that.
I think without mentioning that just means it's gone for now.
So what was weird is what you were just looking at. What was that?
Unique balance.
If you look at the unique balance, if you go to the item balance right below that,
yeah,
Hinakora's Lock can no longer foresee the result of corrupting an item at the altar of corruption. Hinakora's Lock is league specific to Toda.
Yeah. What? That's yeah. So what was it called? Trial, right?
Trial of the Ancients, yeah.
Nope. Yeah, it's nowhere in the patch notes. The word trial of or ancients.
Huh.
Monster balance.
That's weird that they're doing that, but I mean, that just means that currency, maybe they're putting it into the pool as like a super rare, like, just below a mirror, because that's how powerful that damn thing was.
The Hinakora's lock.
Yeah, I mean, with the exception of that little nerf right there, I mean, you hit an item with the Hinakora's lock, and then you hover over it with, any piece of currency you got. Like,
You just hover over it.
yeah, that's
what
all you.
the fuck?
So
Would it only last that one currency slap?
Yeah, it's only for the next time you hit it with a currency, but you just have to hover over it. It tells you what it's going to do, and then you go, "Oh, this isn't good." So I'll check it with a divine orb, see if it rolls higher, stats on it. Oh, nope, that's bad. So then you go to like, an exalted orb, and you're like, "Oh, cool, I'm going to get a tier 1 life roll on this."
Yeah, yeah.
The problem with Hinakora's lock was it got rare to the point where they were like 50 to 100 divines by the time the league was ending.
Yeah.
So it was a very expensive thing, but people were doing it for that altar. So you could go Hinakora's lock, go into a double corruption chamber, and then see if it was going to make it poof, make it a rare, or if it was going to actually double corrupt it really good.
Yeah.
And then people would just take mage bloods in there and make them worth mirror tier.
But that's weird that they would remove that. Like,
yeah.
I mean, why allow everything but the altar of corruption? That's just kind of weird. I guess it kind of the people that are in game like top tier, they're like, well, I'm not going to use the altar without the lock, because now we know. But that could be said about almost everything at that point.
Yeah. Yeah. It's strange. I'm not seeing too much else there. Curic League mods? Oh. Not a big deal. Torment, Anarchy, Ambush, Beyond, Blight, Expedition, Ultimatum. Ultimatum is being added to the pool of League mods. That's cool. Apparently, they also highly increased the loot tables for Ultimatum. And of course, they always do that. And then they're like, let's display it and show everybody what we mean. And then it was like somebody was doing it, and a few tiers in, they were at like stage 6 or 7, and it was like the reward was like 3 divines. It's like, yeah, of course. It's just like when they do that shit with Sanctum. They were like, oh, Sanctum's been buffed, and they show some guy with like a fucking mirror as the final win.
Yeah.
Like the final reward. It's like,
wait,
whatever.
Did they bring Sanctum back last league?
Yeah, that came back last league. And I was hoping that it was going to get removed this league, but nope.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Sanctum at all. I get the appeal, though. It's cool that hardcore players or just idiots have something enjoyable.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, it's another. It's like Delve. Like, I don't mind Delve. It's there in the game. I don't do it a lot.
Love that shit.
But people love it. People were, they like to push to see how high they can or how low they can get. It's like, it's a thing. There's nothing wrong with that.
If you get to Delve 10,000, there's Diablo. That's about as low as Diablo is.
You PoE, that would be the biggest fucking troll. Is if PoE implemented, if you get to a certain depth in Delve, you actually fight Diablo, who's not even in Diablo 4.
Deckard Cain is there and Diablo's there, or just like 2 corpses that are obviously Diablo and Deckard Cain and Leia and whatever.
Stay a while. It's a better game.
Deckard Cain, you're not in Diablo 4. No, I'm over here. This is way better. Got like gold chains and shit.
Einhar's over there going, see? Don't you have nets?
Yeah, don't you have nets, or what's the matter, Exile? Don't you have nets?
Which is another great troll. This game.
Yeah, I would I'd get fired. I would just every chance I get, I'd be stabbing at other games.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think the only other prospect when it comes to these types of action RPGs, the only other one worth even looking at right now is Last Epoch,
Oh my god.
which is also very very good. I'm hoping that the trade stuff actually turns out pretty good. So another thing I was looking at in the other video I was talking about is that they also displayed a couple new items from Ultimatum, and one of those items I can't find it. I'd have to look it up, but there was a ring that drops from Ultimatum now, and it has pretty much all the basic stats. Like it's got some life on it, mana. It's
Health
got
resist, etc.
shit like that. Yeah, but it's a corrupted ring. However, the bottom of it has a modifier that says that this ring can be up to 200% quality.
So it drops with quality, and you can't modify it.
Well, that's the thing they implemented, and this is another addition to the Metamorph to Ultimatum changes. Is they added a new catalyst that allows you to modify things that are
Tainted
corrupt.
Catalyst.
Yes.
From the Trial Master, it applies a random quality type and amount to a corrupted. So people are just going to be divvying that ring.
Well,
Well, so
divide-
what's the quality on that ring do?
well, it depends on which quality you hit, because the
different types.
yeah.
Right. Because of the different, because that was all Metamorph, which is now Ultimatum.
Yep.
Just
And
changed the
then
qualities.
so it did have caster and attack speed on it, and it has you know what, I really wish I was more prepared. I try to find it, I can't find it. Let me bring up, let me see if I can find this video piece I was talking about.
Falconer and Warlock are coming out right after my birthday.
Oh yeah. Oh, Last Epoch. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that one too.
I think it was Mage. I think Mage was the only one that you couldn't be a pet base. And Rogue doesn't, but I'm assuming Falconer is going to have a pet. Pets. Every other, assuming Falconer has pets, which why the fuck wouldn't it? The only thing in this game where you can't be 100% pet is Mage, because your Sentinel with Forge Guard, you can have an army of animate weapon, which is a hoot. That's the last thing I was building. Look at the reel I just sent you on Instagram. There's lots of titties on my Instagram. Should I do this?
Do I need to black the screen out?
We're gonna scroll down there. All right. The first thing was some girl squatting down. All right.
It's all right. I'm gonna have to edit this video anyway. So I'm gonna link you something real quick.
All right.
If you go to, oh, I thought I got it at the right time. That
you're at fighting the matron.
by the way, that is Path of Exile 2, and that's the new class.
Oh, mercenary.
This boss
Mercenary, yeah.
is ridiculous.
What the fuck? Oh my god, that's so cool. Wait, so is PoE, because we were just talking about this earlier that I didn't really spoil PoE 2 for myself at all. Are we still having like it just depicts where you start on the tree and your ascendancies?
What do you mean?
With Path of Exile 2, they added a class. So are classes going to be different? Like, is a class just going to be where you start on your passive tree and then your ascendancies?
I'm assuming it's going to be very similar to PoE 1. Yeah. I think the big change is, I don't know if you remember this, but a couple of years ago when they
Oh my
introduced,
god! It
yeah,
shoots out its fetus.
yeah, dude, this boss is
Holy
ridiculous.
shit.
The attack she does is like this weird blade thing that she's just starts swinging.
Yeah,
these...
yeah, like scissors.
yeah.
And her big floppy titties are hanging out. And then more fetuses. I like how it's Are you thinking of fetish? Fetus fetish.
Yeah, this is actually really cool. I was actually
This
A-
is crazy.
a gun-based character. He also throws
Are
grenades.
we gonna get guns? Because he's got like crossbows, like autoloader crossbows.
I think it might be just
Very-
crossbows.
It's very Grim Donnie
Yeah, it is.
and Victor Vran and Van Helsing.
I'm gonna ask you something though that you might not be noticing in this. Do you notice that he's doing actions while moving and backwards? He's moving backwards.
Yeah. Like, yeah. Seeing a lot of stuff we see in other ARPGs.
So yeah, that's that wasn't the point in the video I wanted you to look
No, I
at, but
know.
that's actually
What-
really cool though.
What
If you
timestamp?
if you go to 2634, you'll see the ring I was talking about.
Is this who are we listening to? Is this Ziggy D?
No, this is the guy that developed. This is one of the PoE developers.
They all sound like Ziggy D. Oh, you don't want it?
Yeah, they're all New Zealanders.
Hang on one sec. What? Sorry, I'm back.
Yeah, they're all New Zealanders. Yeah. So yeah,
Oh,
2635.
26. How did I mess that up? The gold ring. Oh wow.
Yeah, that's what I was
Maximum
talking about.
quality 200%. Yeah, so it has all of that, and then it depends on what your quality is. So you can have really high rolls on your attack modifiers.
Yep. Yep. And if you get like the attack modifier, that'll affect the attack chaos
and the
damage and the cast attack and cast speed.
Yeah. Do you think this ring is going to go for a lot?
I think this ring. Well, one of the benefits of this ring is that it also doesn't have. It's not like the Thief's Torment ring where it's like, oh, you can only have one ring.
Right.
So, I can see this ring being useful. I don't know if it's going to outclass things that have specific modifiers or anything specific for a build, but as an
I think this will
overall,
be like mid range. Like it's not going to be an ALK, but you could probably pick up tons of them for an ALK because of the roll, depending on how common they are. But
yeah,
I don't think it's going to be much. Maybe a perfect one for like a couple div.
yeah, I think that's what's going to be what makes this an expensive ring is if somebody throws those corrupted catalysts on it and you just happen to hit the correct one, like the attack modifier, and it hits 200%. It's like, yeah, okay, that's going to be pretty substantial.
Yeah. And there's no negatives. Like other like the Gambit. It can't be. Oh,
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the interaction with I can't remember. I think you were there. Maybe it was someone else, but I was messing with the helmet that sets your resist at something and then makes the other ones negative. There's one for each element. Oh, there's like a fire, a cold, and a lightning. It sets your resist at like the fire one sets your fire resist at 75 and then makes all your other resist minus 50 or something like that. And then there's the staff that triples your elemental damage and minus 75% to all resistances. You know what happens when you equip both at the same time?
No.
Your resistances become 0. Period. There was nothing made any sense. I took off all my other gear. I triple checked any like jewels or anything lingering anywhere. I think the resist that it sets becomes what it sets, like 50 or whatever the heck it sets it to. I think it was 75. But then your other ones, no matter how much negative you have, they become 0. Because I was trying to go negative lightning for the chest piece that nearby enemies have your lightning resist, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And it wouldn't go below 0. and I had like neg 40 on my rings. It was so weird. Like, what interaction is happening here that I can't go negative? Yeah, I had 2 Thief's Torments rolled pretty good for negative lightning, and then I think I chose.
You mean
fi-
you mean you're talking about the other ring, not
Oh no, not Thief's Torment. Yeah, you're right. Obviously, because it wouldn't be 2 of them. The other gold ring.
yeah, the one that
the
has the
Ventnor's Gamble, I think.
yeah, the one that has the variable rolls from really high
All
to
the
really low.
to negative, yeah. So I had 2 that were negative lightning, a helmet that said my fire resist is blank, and then the only thing I had to do was all my gear had to have, cold resist on it or whatever. And that was really easy to do at that point. But putting them both together canceled it out, and they're like, no, we can't figure out how negative goes with a negative, so you're 0. Like, okay, cool. This would have been really sweet. I would have had so many, like my resist would have been really into the negative for that chess piece to work. But
Well, I think the I think the counter for that chess piece is literally just stacking armor.
oh, right, yeah, because yeah, but there was your lightning damage taken as or armor modifies lightning damage taken. So that's that. But the other part of it was enemies nearby are lightning damage equal to your lightning resist, or lightning resist equal to
Yeah.
your lightning resist. So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I rolled armor just for that, but I wanted to go. The helmet was gonna take care of 50% of my resistances because obviously lightning was already a non-factor, and then it was just cold and fire that I needed to make up. And the helmet did something else too. I couldn't remember, but
I'm trying to remember the helm you're talking about.
I'll just bring it up. Hang on.
Kind of interested in this possible strange interaction
Cow.
here.
Cowl of the Thermophile. Fire resist is 75%, and then 55% reduced cold resistance, 55% reduced lightning resistance. And it also was up to 685 armor and 30 to all attributes, and it could have a second enchantment modifier, which I don't really care about. But because that lightning chest, like you said, you need armor, this helmet was perfect. It gave a ton of armor attributes and literally set one of my resistances to be unchanged. And the 50% reduced lightning resist, 50% reduced lightning resist helped the chest piece. And the chest was the
So I brought up that helm, that thermophile helm, and
Yeah.
it says here, and maybe I'm just reading this, so I haven't really put much thought yet, but it says here the reduced element resistance. This modifier is calculated differently than -% to elemental resistance.
yeah.
So flat number sources of plus or minus resist are added together first.
That's the same. Reduced versus minus is the same as the staff. The reduced elemental resistances means if the staff says -60 and you say, okay, I just need 60 to all resist. No, you're still at like 40. Reduced is after everything is
Yeah,
said and done.
yeah.
But it had some interaction with the staff. Reduced on top of reduced, it was like, nah, fuck that, fam. I ain't gonna figure that out. You're 0. Like, okay, cool. Doriana's prototype. Lightning resist does not affect lightning damage taken. Nearby enemies have lightning resist equal to yours.
So I think, what was the staff you were using? I know I've seen it. Is it the Whispering Ice? No.
No. Hang on. Just search the word. The Annihilating Light.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay.
So it's
yeah.
the same verbiage, reduced elemental resistances, because it's not minus elemental resistances, it's reduced. That's why you see somebody like learning the game sees Annihilating Light and they're like, oh, I'll just make up 60% resist all somewhere. But no, that comes out to way higher because you've got your tier 3 curse from Anywho. Yeah, having the staff with the helmet negates it. Your fire resist is at 75 and the rest is at 0. Even running rings that subtract your resistance even further. You know what I bet it is? Rogers?
What do you think?
It's reduced, happens at the same time. So you have 60 plus 50. So it's just like 100% reduced elemental resistances. Period. Even if you would go negative, it just says no, you have no elemental resistances because 100% reduced elemental resistances equals 0.
Yeah, and it can't go over 100%. So
Yeah,
it's just putting
that's,
you at.
so I guess
yeah, that makes sense actually.
it makes sense, but it's annoying because I wanted negative. But yeah, so reduced happens at the end. No, it doesn't. Fire resist is 75% happens at the end. That's law. Nothing can change that. Same with the chess piece that lore weave. I don't think anything can change lore weave.
Oh, you mean the cap?
Not the cap. Oh no, that is a cap. Your maximum resistances are. I thought. Oh yeah, no, that's a cap. My bad. Not lore weave. I thought there was something that just set your resistances, but no. But yeah, the helmet comes last. The fire resist is 75%. Is the last interaction. Nothing changes that.
Yeah, I know there is a. I think there is a helmet that makes just all your resistances 0. There,
Yeah, it's that piece of shit, and they made a replica version of that piece of shit.
yeah.
It's the one from Diablo 2. The Veil of the Night.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a reference to a Diablo 2 thing, I think.
And your light radius reduction. That's the biggest kicker.
Yeah. Elemental resistances are 0. And then replica defenses are 0. Like I've never seen anybody mess with that.
I mean, it's a thorn build, I guess. I don't know. I mean, you can. Well, how would that work? Defenses are 0, yet it's damage on block. It's
block
not.
Isn't a defense now. Evasion, energy shield, and armor are your 3 defenses.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sorry. Armor, evasion, energy shield, and ward. Who the fuck cares about ward?
Yeah, I remember ward. Well, I mean, ward is. Some people use ward because they use the flask. There's a good flask that comes from Expedition that's that replenishes ward or some shit like that.
Yeah. But how the fuck do you stay alive if your defenses are 0?
Yeah, I don't think that's an item that can be used. I think that's just a meme item. I think if anybody does make it work, it just shows how diverse the game can be.
Yeah.
It's just like
that's what I thought about Shackles of the Damned, and then someone's like, shit, what was it? Was Shackles of the Damned? Shackles of the Damned are those gloves that on death they give frenzy or something like that.
You mean Wretched?
Shackles of the Wretched?
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the one that hexes applied by Socketed curse skills are reflected back to you. You cannot be chilled.
The grant frenzy charges to allies on death.
Yeah, there are some on death things in the game, but in fact, a few leagues ago, there's one of the bigger YouTubers / streamers for PoE is MB Extreme, and he he did a build that you would walk into a boss fight and you'd pop a bunch of shit. I don't remember what the skills were. And then he would die and the explosion from his death killed the boss.
Let's just fast forward to where I die a few times and bam.
Like 8 years ago, that would have been like the jihad build or something, but they won't allow that to be called that anymore. Hate Forge, I would love to do a build with Hate Forge. Now that Ultimatum's back, Hate Forge is the gloves. They're insane.
Oh yeah.
Basically, what it
Okay, well,
does.
complete.
Basically, what it does is it makes Vol skills almost spammable.
Yeah, yeah, because of rage. That's pretty cool. What's that shield?
The ultimatum guy, the shield from the ultimatum.
No, I was talking about builds that I never thought I would see, and it's a shield that has an on-death effect, and you're just like, okay. But then people give it to your minions. Malagaro's lens, yeah. Nearby allies recover 1% of your maximum life when you die, and it's just like, okay, who the fuck? But then it's just like people made the popcorn skeletons and stuff with that, and necromantic ages.
Oh yeah,
Just saying.
yeah.
pe-
I'm
people
pretty
take-
sure. I'm pretty sure
Go
that's
ahead.
been used in a big build, but like probably years before we even started really playing.
Yeah. It's gone through a lot of changes though too. Pretty sure.
It's funny if you go look at the version history, it was added in 1.3 and then didn't get changed until 3.0.
Yeah, so it didn't have the recover when you die until 3.0. Or no, maybe they just changed it. No idea.
Yeah.
Siri, order.
But yeah. Oh man. I mean, I'll have to say, appreciate you you doing this. Just kind of sitting down. One of these days we're gonna have to do another podcast, me and you, and we need to
Yeah.
BS about games that are our biggest disappointments in life. I'm telling you, we could do a whole series on just
We
talking
should.
about Rift and Hellgate London.
Do you want to start? By the way, Kilo, thank you for that sub, man. 2 fucking years. Hot damn. Do you want to start a stream on the 8th, and we could chat for like hours before the league goes live?
Yeah, we could do that.
That'd be fucking cool.